Welcome back. And, I think it's fair to say this AI art thing,
Yeah.
this is a conversation that goes way beyond just like the art world.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about a technology that's impacting like design, advertising, entertainment.
Yeah.
I mean, practically every field that uses visual creation.
Right. It's everywhere.
And as these AI image generators become more accessible, it's changing who gets to participate in those fields.
Precisely. And one of the studies that you sent me actually delved into that, like how professional artists versus non-professionals are using and perceiving these AI tools.
Yeah.
It was really revealing.
You're talking about the research by Teng Xianxia and Wang, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the one.
I found it so fascinating how those two groups like interact with AI in totally different ways.
Yeah, they really do.
So what did they find?
Well, they found that professional artists,
Okay.
so, think painters, designers, art students,
Got it.
they tended to use AI tools for generating realistic scenes or exploring abstract concepts.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense given their existing expertise.
Right. They're already working within those genres.
Exactly.
So they're seeing how AI can like enhance or expand their creative process.
Right.
Almost like AI is like a digital paintbrush, but with a mind of its own.
Exactly. And they were more focused on integrating AI into their existing workflows, using it as a tool to complement their skills.
Okay, so for professional artists, it's more about like refining what they're already doing.
Right. It's more about like augmenting their process.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, non-professional users, so those without a formal art background, they were drawn to AI for creating cartoon characters, imaginative scenes, and even like realistic portraits.
So it's like AI is unlocking this creative outlet they might not have had access to before.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like leveling the playing field in a way.
I think so.
Because now anyone can be an artist.
Right, and it's really interesting to note that non-professionals reported using AI tools more frequently than the pros.
Really?
Yeah, perhaps because they're not as bound by traditional artistic conventions.
That makes sense.
They're approaching it with more of a sense of playfulness and experimentation.
Right, like just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Exactly.
But it makes you wonder, could this like influx of new creators lead to all these fresh artistic styles and ideas?
Yeah.
Or are we at risk of seeing like a homogenization of art where everything starts to look and feel the same?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And it really highlights the importance of human artists, like pushing the boundaries, challenging AI's limitations, and using it in unexpected ways. Because remember, AI is only as good as the data it's trained on and the prompts it's given.
Right, garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. If we keep feeding it the same old things, it's only going to spit out variations on a theme.
Yeah, just different flavors of the same ice cream.
Right.
But if we get creative with our prompts and challenge AI to explore uncharted creative territories, who knows what incredible new forms of art might emerge.
That's what's so exciting about this technology. It's full of potential.
Okay, so there was this one study that I found super interesting.
Yeah.
It delved into this concept of generative synesthesia.
Oh, yes.
This is the research by Zhu and Li, right?
That's the one.
They were talking about how the most successful AI-assisted artists are those who excel at like ideation and filtering.
Right.
But to be honest, I wasn't totally clear on what they meant.
Okay, yeah, so let me unpack that a bit.
Okay.
So think of generative synesthesia as this like almost intuitive ability to translate ideas into visual prompts that AI can understand.
Yeah.
It's like speaking the language of algorithms, but with a creative twist.
So it's not just about like knowing how to use the tools.
No, it's more than that.
It's about having a vision.
Yes.
And being able to communicate that vision to the AI in a way that produces like really compelling results.
Exactly. It's like you have to be able to speak AI.
Yeah, like AI whisper.
Right. And the filtering part comes in when you have to sift through all the AI's output.
Right.
Selecting the best pieces, refining them, and ultimately shaping them into a cohesive artistic statement. It's like curating an exhibition.
Okay.
But the artist is collaborating with a machine.
So AI is like taking on the role of a creative partner then.
I think that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's a collaboration, a fusion of human ingenuity and artificial intelligence.
Cool.
And the results can be absolutely stunning. There was another study also by Zhu and Li that analyzed data from a platform where artists could share their work.
Okay. Yeah, I remember this one.
What they found was quite surprising.
And it was after artists started incorporating AI tools into their process, their productivity just skyrocketed.
Yeah, they were cranking out art.
Which makes sense. AI can handle all those tedious, time-consuming tasks, freeing up artists to focus on the big picture.
Exactly. It's like having a digital assistant.
Yeah.
But here's the really fascinating part. Not only were they creating more art,
Okay.
but the quality of their work as judged by other users on the platform also increased.
Wow. So it wasn't just about like churning out more content.
Yeah.
The AI was actually helping them create better art.
It seems that way.
That really challenges the idea that AI will like inevitably lead to a decline in artistic quality.
Precisely. And it really speaks to the potential for AI to be a voice for artistic growth and innovation, rather than just a replacement for human creativity.
Okay, I like that.
But like with any powerful tool, there are caveats.
Okay, what are they?
The same study also found a trend toward decreasing novelty in the content and style of artwork created by AI users.
So it's like the algorithms were starting to fall into predictable patterns, resulting in a kind of visual echo chamber.
Exactly. Over time, the AI-generated images became more similar to each other, both in what they depicted and how they looked.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it highlights the need for artists to constantly push those boundaries, experiment with new prompts, and challenge the AI to think outside the box.
Right. Or else we risk ending up in a world where everything looks like an AI-generated version of an AI-generated image.
A kind of artistic singularity, but not in a good way.
Exactly, like a dystopian art world.
Yeah, exactly.
Where everything just looks the same.
You'd be pretty boring.
So I think one of the biggest takeaways from all this research is that AI isn't going to replace human artists anytime soon.
I agree.
It's more about how we adapt.
Right.
How we learn to use these tools in ways that enhance our creativity and push the boundaries of art itself.
Exactly. And it's about recognizing that AI, while powerful, is still just a tool.
Right.
It's up to us, the humans, to wield it responsibly and imaginatively.
It's like a dance then.
Yeah.
Between human and machine.
Right.
Each partner bringing their own unique strengths to the creative process.
I like that analogy.
Yeah. And from that dance, from that collaboration, we might see the emergence of entirely new art forms, new ways of experiencing and interacting with art.
It's an exciting time to be an artist.
It really is. But it's also uncharted territory.
It is.
And it's both exciting and a little bit daunting.
I agree.
We're grappling with big questions about the nature of art, the role of technology in our lives, and what it means to be human in a world where the lines between creator and creation are becoming increasingly blurred.
These are questions that philosophers have been wrestling with for centuries.
Right, and now AI is bringing them to the forefront.
It's making us confront them head on.
It feels like we're at this point now where we're on the verge of this like whole new era of artistic expression, where like the possibilities are kind of limitless.
I agree.
But how do we even begin to wrap our heads around it all?
It's definitely a huge paradigm shift, and like any major change, it comes with, uncertainties and anxieties.
Right.
But I think we have to remember that art has always been in flux, constantly evolving.
Yeah.
Alongside technology and culture.
That's true. I mean, look at photography. When it was invented, it totally revolutionized how we see the world and capture it.
Right.
And yet, painting didn't disappear.
No.
It adapted and evolved and found new ways to express the human experience.
Exactly. And I think we'll see something very similar happen with AI. It's not about replacing human creativity. It's about expanding the canvas of what's possible.
Yeah, expanding the possibilities. And, one of the papers we look at actually argued that AI art could actually enhance our appreciation for human-made art.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, the study by Passananti, Bhaskar, Sean Salvin, Zhang, and Zhao.
Yeah, that's the one.
They argued that by offering like this stark contrast, AI art could highlight the unique qualities that make human art so compelling.
It's like AI is holding up a mirror to us, showing us what it means to be human by showing us what it's not.
Yeah, I love that analogy. By seeing the limitations of artificial intelligence, we can better understand the nuances, the imperfections, the sheer emotional depth that infuse human art with its power.
We might even start to notice details we hadn't appreciated before.
Yeah.
Recognizing the subtle ways in which human artists convey emotion or tell stories and challenge our perceptions.
It's like AI is giving us this new lens through which to view and appreciate the beauty and complexity of human creation.
And maybe it's also challenging us to redefine what we even consider to be art.
Yeah, I mean,
in the first place.
If a machine can generate an image that is technically stunning,
right.
Does that mean it's art?
Or does true art require something more?
Right, like a human touch.
Yeah.
A story, an intention behind the brushstrokes or the pixels.
These are some pretty big questions.
Yeah, they're profound questions.
And there are no easy answers.
Not at all.
But I think simply asking these questions is a sign that AI is forcing us to engage with art on a much deeper level. It's making us confront our assumptions, our biases,
Yes.
and ultimately to reevaluate what we value in art and why.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's making us think critically about art
Exactly.
in a way that we maybe haven't before.
So as we're wrapping up this deep dive, I'm left with this feeling of both wonder
Yeah.
and a little bit of uncertainty.
It's understandable.
So what does the future hold for art in the age of AI?
Oh, I wish I had a crystal ball.
Right.
I'd be a very wealthy art collector.
Yeah, you would.
But I really do believe that the most exciting art is yet to come.
Mm-hmm.
We're at a crossroads,
Yeah.
a moment of incredible potential where human creativity and artificial intelligence are converging in ways we're only beginning to understand.
It's a brave new world,
It really is.
full of challenges and opportunity.
That's for sure.
And it's up to us to shape that world, to use these new tools responsibly and imaginatively to push the boundaries of what's possible and to never stop asking the big question.
Well said. I think that's a perfect note to end on.
Yeah, this has been a really fascinating exploration.
Yes.
And I'm really excited to see what incredible creations emerge from this fusion of human and artificial ingenuity.
Me too.
To all of our listeners, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI art generation.
Yes, thank you.
Keep exploring, keep creating, and keep those imaginations firing.
Yeah.
This is The Deep Dive signing off.